There's the head coach, Chrissy Strimple, in her 6th year. Had Tulsa in the 2023 American Athletic Conference final. And this team off and running in league play this year. That was a gutsy series win over Memphis, but that's the kind of effort you expect every game from Coach Strimple.
Absolutely, she's going to motivate her team to go.
And makes the catch. Annika Dill retired.
Next up, controls Hurricane number 25, Paige Knight.
She talks about she wants her team to not be anybody else but who they are. She knows that she's got talent. It's just the matter of them finding that confidence, finding their groove, and going out there and believing it themselves.
Former Oklahoma Sooner, Paige Knight, takes ball one, played the 2021 season at OU. Didn't get a lot of opportunity, but so much talent ahead of her in the upperclassmen, but 3 of 5, a homer and 4 RBI. That's not bad production in 5 at-bats. And then, of course, 2022 and 2023 at New Mexico State. Solid hitter there for Knight. And kind of back home in a sense. Hails from just down the road in Owasso.
It's always nice to come full circle.
This has got to be a thrill for her. Playing so close to home in this in-state rivalry. 60th all-time meeting. Two and two now. Audrey Lowry, the lefty, went 1-2-3 in the first. It's a tough pitch to go get low and in.
Man, that is tough. I mean, as a right-handed hitter facing lefties, it's already very tough. And then throwing that ball in on your hands, it just keeps creeping on you, and you feel like it's going to be in the middle, and then it's not. And it's a tough time in the plate when you're facing lefties with movement like Lowry.
Amber Turner going after that low pitch. That's only the 4th home run that Lowry's given up this year. Averaging less than 1 per 7 innings pitched.
Everybody clap your hands.
No wind here tonight to speak of. So anything you hit out, it's all muscle. Going back to your point about Coach Strimple talking to a team saying, don't need you to be anybody but yourself. That's got to be really empowering, right? For your coach to say, I just want you to be you, be who you are. Nobody's got to wear an S on their chest tonight. It's one, like a sea of people flooding in, hoping to see this matchup that's been so good for so many years.
It's been like that for years here when OU comes to town, and even OSU. Packed house.
Monroe Marinas leading off here in the 3rd.
Like we said earlier, softball in Oklahoma is just a big deal.
I remember talking to Coach Strimple last year and said, you know, everybody knows, of course, the big recruiting scene is in travel ball.
Can't get over how sweet of a hitter, and her numbers prove it.
Gabby Garcia. Nine-game hitting streak now. Went 2 for 2 with a double in the first meeting between these two back in February. Blows the 1-1 past. Omar Moore being the anchor of this staff. Always draws out the toughest matchups. But now, especially after these hitters have seen her live already once this year. It makes the success whenever she has it even that much more impressive.
I mean, it is the tough job. being the person that's your go-to pitcher, because the teams going into your game know you're going to throw. Whether win is the question, but you're going to be the one they're preparing for. And that's one of the reasons that he's taking second base.
2 in scoring position here for Sydney Sanders. Worked a full count. 4 foul balls in the at-bat first time up before finally tucking one inside the line in left field for a double, her 3rd 2-base hit of the year.
Play, it's great to see.
Agbayani with a base hit first time up. It was a little bit of bad luck for Tulsa. And a bunt here. It was a sharp one-hopper back to the circle. Moore got her glove out and just deflected off the edge of her glove. And then that sent it through the infield because Russell at second was shifting towards the bag, so it changed the path and allowed it to sneak through and scored a run. There's 4 straight hits overall for OU to start the second inning, but hats off to Moore and Tulsa defensively.
No, that could have gone downhill more, but she does such a great job. I mean, almost better when she's got runners in scoring position. Don't always have to drive it in the gap to produce runs, and OU's so good at producing runs in any way that they can. What makes them so hard to beat.
Emmerling going after the first pitch.
Came off the umpire.
Mike Burwell getting the worst of that.
Ooh.
So they'll give him a moment just to make sure all is well. Chad Steers, your first base umpire, and that's Wyatt Bowers there checking on the and calling balls and strikes. So good to see a smile on his face. The routine play. OU's too good to give extra chances to. They're gonna make the most of it if you give them extra opportunities. So like allowing the runner to advance to second in Garcia.
And
Again, the freshman from Owasso gets her first 2 career starts. Man, she answered the bell in a big way.
she did, and Coach Strimple praised her for being calm in her first few starts, which is all you really want to ask for somebody who's kind of step in and get their first few opportunities to kind of go in there and stay who they are, not try to be anybody else.
Some changes for Oklahoma. Sydney Barker is now playing first base. And out in right field, taking over for Tia Malloy is Maya Bland. I don't know how many opportunities you might get, you know, as a freshman early on, but that just kind of keeps you in the mix for a long time. Having a game like she did, especially on Sunday in the series clincher, that builds up a lot of equity with the coaching staff that's saying, hey, I can come through in the big moments.
Yes, and the way, you know, little things were out of her control in the beginning of the season, but keeping calm and not letting that get to her, that's what made her so successful this past weekend, is just getting in there. And great swing from Holcomb.
First career extra base hit.
Always feels good to get out of the way. And this is is a team that's still learning each other. There's a lot of new girls on Tulsa's team as well, just trying to find their groove and learn what they're capable of.
Well, OU making a change in the circle. We'll formally introduce you to the new pitcher when we come back.
She's got a nasty changeup. So when you're mixing speed in the upper 60s and then you're mixing in an off speed that's going to dip down below that and keep hitters off balance, I mean, that is a tough job at the plate. But on top of that, she's got a disgusting drop ball that mimics the same movement as her changeup. So she's going to throw something down in the zone at 2 different speeds. When batters have swung at her drop ball this season, they've missed over half the time. So a lot of swing and misses at her drop ball. So you're going to look to see her produce strikeouts and groundouts with it.
It's back to the top of the lineup. 27 pitches, 18 for strikes for Audrey Lowry. Went right at Tulsa hitters. Got 4 strikeouts. 2 hits, but both for extra bases, and responsible for the runner in the year. Kind of back there now, really anchored things down. Did so in that conference series last weekend. Coach Strimple said, you know, she knows full well what her responsibilities are as that lead off. She's just a hardcore competitor. That's the first character trait that makes her a good fit for that spot.
And in here, she just does such a good job at staying outfield just that much easier.
Big opportunity here for Faith Russell.
Faith is also a good bunter. Depending on how Chrissy plays this, you may see that.
And not out of the question with Holcomb, good speed at third base. Emmerling's going to come out and have a chat here. This is an element where Tulsa got really good last weekend. They were hitting just above 200 with runners in scoring position in non-conference play, but 416 in the 3 games against Memphis.
Faith does a good job at the top of the lineup because she's typically not chasing the ball out of the zone very much, and she gets the pitches that she wants to hit, which is her job at the top of the lineup. See pitches. Especially with a new pitcher, you're going to want to make her come to you and let the rest of the team who hasn't had an AB off of her see what kind of weapon she's got.
Everybody clap your hands.
And that's her rise ball that makes that drop ball even more effective.
To start this 4th inning, Brindley Maples comes on.
She's going to give a little bit of a different look. Mara is typically more up and down, more up, but Brindley's going to go a little more east-west. She uses the edges really well, and she'll still add a drop off of that. She's the hardest thrower on their staff as well, and she's going to hit it around 65, 66, and she can ramp it up to 68, 69 as well. But rise, curve, off-speed curve, and her goal is going to be to minimize walks. To be successful, that's what you want to see from any pitcher, but especially against an offense like OU, you want to minimize extra base runners and keep it on the corners.
Showing bunt, held it out there, lost the bat. Another look here.
You know, she's staying loose. Can't be death gripping the bat, of course.
You wonder, too, almost, is that a case of, all right, it's taken a while for this pitch to get here. I better drop the bat because I'm almost out of the box. Don't want that.
It could be. That did look like her off-speed curve.
Close pitch. Dayton able to reach the second time today.
So we're just going to look for her to find the zone here. It's a little bit tough when you're a new pitcher coming into this game and learning the zone. Obviously, you want to watch the previous pitcher, but she has some different stuff. So take a second, but got to hop right in this game and find the zone.
Sydney Barker, who came on in the bottom of the third at this spot of the lineup for Ella Parker. Her last start, March 2nd against Kansas City, had 3 RBI. Turner paying close attention to Dayton at first. Just because Dayton was caught stealing in the first doesn't mean that they wouldn't try it again.
Yeah, maybe they learned a little something, but keeping her close over there at first base. And as a base runner with a pitcher who does throw more up in the zone, it is a little bit tougher to steal because the catcher can kind of come up and get a little bit better throw down. But with Brindley throwing stuff a little bit more down in the zone, it gives it a little bit different look, and it's a little bit easier to steal bases on somebody where they're going to have to potentially block.
360 hitter is Barker. 6 extra base hits, including 3 homers. About 18 runs driven in only 25 at bats.
I call that efficient.
Job by Turner to keep it close.
And that's what you're going to see from her right there, where I would think the runner would pick up on that and be taking 2, but Tulsa can be thinking that she didn't pick that up quick enough and kept her at first base.
6-1 Oklahoma on their 9th hit of the game. Cassidy Pickering. She's happy to see Mara Moore now in the dugout. Moore struck her out both times. Mara finished with 4 strikeouts, no walks. But Oklahoma forced her to throw 76 pitches in only 3 innings of work.
I mean, that's a tough day in the circle. I mean, but that's something that OU is going to do. They're going to make the pitcher work and see what you have to offer. Something they're already doing to Brindley Maples with the walk and the first batter she faced, and then, you know, waiting to get their pitch to hit it over the fence here. And already 2-1 now.
Pickering had a 3-run homer in the first meeting between these two. Freshman All-American from a year ago.
And that's what makes OU offense just tough to face, because you don't want to put it over the plate, but then corners, they're still taking pitches and then they find their way on base anyway. I mean, pitching against Oklahoma is a tough job, no matter how you spin it.
Cheney Elton will pinch run for Oklahoma at first. They're going to have a little offensive conference here as Tulsa talking things over in the circle. Well, you mentioned earlier just what the rankings look like. It's almost like an SEC ranking. Look how many teams in the top 9, 7 of 9 coming from the Southeastern Conference.
You could almost guess the top 10 nationally or the top 10 SEC rankings. I mean, it's some great softball, and we're in for a great year watching games. I mean, the matchups are going to be incredible, and it was already, like we talked about, South Carolina against OU. One-run games each time, 10-9 twice. I mean, that's just a hard-fought series. They're going to be very battle-tested by the end of the season.
Oklahoma's going to head to Arkansas for their first SEC Road Series beginning on Friday. Take on the 15th ranked Razorbacks, and it'll be kind of a Gasso family reunion. DJ Gasso on staff there at Arkansas.
The funny part is that they kind of do the same job, the brothers. They're the hitting coach. They're in charge of that philosophy, and you know, the Arkansas offense is so good. Bree Ellis leading the way, and play by Celeste Wood there at first to come down, and that's the type of plays you gotta make when you're playing OU. Steal the extra outs instead of giving them.
That's good umpiring too. Over at first base by Chad Steers. He kept his eye on the bag the whole time. Knew what he was looking for. Garcia takes one outside.
That's a small misses for her.
Tailing off foul down the line. Last TU win in this series, got to go back to May 22nd, 2011. NCAA Regional in Norman. And it was an extra inning win for the Golden Hurricane that ended up forcing the regional championship if necessary game. Kaylani Ricketts and OU would go on to win it 5-0 to advance to the Supers.
Kaylani Ricketts was fun to watch. Another
being a lead at both. She's right there on the Mount Rushmore in that category.
100%. I mean, it's hard to think of too many people much better than that.
Tulsa's going to make a change in the circle. Jessica Dreswick back out. We'll tell you more about the new pitcher when we come back to Tulsa. 6-1, Oklahoma in front.
College of Southern Idaho, and she's got all of the pitches to mix in there. She can hit all four quadrants. She's typically going to be a little bit more up in the zone, but she's still going to mix a little bit more down. Sitting there at 59 to 61. But her biggest job is mix speeds and hit her corners.
Pitched in relief on Saturday. Past this inning for Oklahoma. 3 walks and a hit by pitch.
And that's the extra base runners that you don't want to put on base for OU.
That's really close. Sometimes on plays like that, it's the sound more so than the sight.
Yeah.
Did you hear anything extra there? Like,
it kind of looked like she got her foot out of the way.
Two aboard here with 2 outs. Agbayani takes blowing away. If you're Tulsa, if you want to have a chance to make a run at this thing, you've got to get out of this inning right now.
And they're just 1 out away. Play at any base. Fine pitching. I want to keep this ball low at the knees.
Got the edge there. Only the 5th appearance of the year, 3rd out of the bullpen for Hayes. Oklahoma won the first meeting less than a month ago. It was their home opener. 8-0 in 5. 3-1 now to Agbayani. Ivana coming off the series against South Carolina, 4 of 8, a double and an RBI. Fouls back the bunt.
That's one thing about lefties is that they have so many tools. I mean, they can go up there and show bunt, run through and drag, or they can slap, or they can obviously swing for power as well. I think that's something that is the main reason why she has so many.
Brings up Emmerling, who's 1 for 2. How about 2 homers, 4 RBI in Game 1 this past weekend for Emmerling out of Martinez, California. First-year transfer from North Carolina, where she spent the last 3 years. She has fit right in Norman. Lots of big performances, including a week and a half ago against Kansas City, a 7 RBI game for Emmerling.
How many times has that happened?
Yeah.
That's a lot of RBIs in the way, but looks like before she has the ball, she's already in front. So I think that's the right call.
Well, it is a reviewable play, and so that's what they'll do here. Chrissy Strimple trying to plead her case, make sure they're looking at the right elements of this from her vantage point at least.
I mean, at this point, the ball's coming in, and you gotta see, you know, where she's at prior. So right here, she's getting ready to receive it, but I think per the rules, you're just gonna have to be a little bit more in towards the field and then come down on the knee across the plate. See, if she would have stayed there, that 2 shuffle steps before, I think she stays there and then she gets ready a little bit closer. I don't know if this is. I mean, the ball definitely beat her.
It looks like hard contact too on the Turner's forearm. I'm glad that she's okay. And the call on the field is out.
All right.
Patty Gasso wants clarification here.
Yeah,
Ultimately ended the inning. Initially on the field, this was called obstruction. Chrissy Strimple challenged. The call was overturned.
Yeah, I mean, they called it immediately. He had his arm out and was calling obstruction. I mean, I'm going to be really honest. I really did not think this was going to get over.
Well, in any event, the discussion is finally over, and so we will move into the bottom of the 4th inning. But OU has scored in 3 consecutive multi-run frames, and they lead it 7-1. Well, here's what's happened so far on this Wednesday night in the Collins Family Softball Complex. It was a scoreless first inning. OU getting on the board with a pair of runs in the second. Tulsa was able to answer, though, in the bottom half. Amber Turner with her first career home run. OU reinstilling the lead, though, with 2 more in the 3rd. And
Now batting for Tulsa, number 13, Celeste Wood.
well, if you're going to get a rally going, who better than your hottest hitter as of late, Celeste Wood.
And you can see her slightly cracking a smile there. She's playing her best whenever she's not taking herself too serious. likes to be thinking about just, you know, whatever she wants in the box, and it just seems to be what works out for her.
Little discussion there on the delivery from Landry. First base umpire Chad Steers was providing a polite.
Yeah.
Next pitch to Wood. That gets away from the new catcher Hicks.
So that strike became a ball because of illegal pitch. So now she's behind 2-0 to Celeste Wood. So you can see that she made an adjustment where she's not sliding her foot forward, she's not picking it up, and that's something as a pitcher that can get into your head. Is they're calling you an illegal pitch and you have to adjust your pitching motion mid-game. It's something that needs to be really consistent. You can see where her heel is, and she's not coming up or sliding anymore. She's already starting just a little bit more in front of the plate. So something that, I mean, that's a tough thing to adjust in, and something she's going to have to overcome here.
You can only take one step or stride forward toward home plate as you deliver the pitch. So, and that seems like an odd thing, because you know that that's not in her normal motion.
So on the left side, you can see where she was starting initially is a little bit further back, and then taking that little step again. And then back on the right side, you see what she's doing now, where she's adjusted where she started and kind of rocking more heel to toe with it. See if she can find it again. Really good, but drive them up.
Going after the first pitch, Annika Dill. Series clincher on Sunday against Memphis Dill. 2 for 2 with a walk and an RBI double. Really seems to be seeing the ball well lately. Only one strikeout in her last 24 plate appearances.
And Annika's somebody that Coach Strimple had a lot of great things to say. She said that she can do some really special things through her career here at Tulsa, and she's somebody who swings hard, started hot, and just really puts together really good ABs. Kind of stepped in and as a freshman and been a pretty consistent part of this lineup. She helped lead her high school team to their first state tournament appearance in 15 years, so she's used to, you know, high stress environments and lots of pressure. Which is probably what led to her being so calm under pressure coming in.
Credit to Wood, though. She was ready to go. She was thinking maybe that gets past.
Well, that's a look at that nasty changeup that she throws, and I mean, she might have picked it up, but that's a nasty pitch.
First strikeout from Landry tonight. Knight went down swinging first time up. Rewind to last time. Amber
Really hot at the plate right now. Let's see if she can continue it. working down. You can see where that home run was hit. It was more up on her hands, a little elevated and a little more over the plate. She did a good job of taking that over the fence, but Sam Landry being more of a down ball pitcher. Showing her that up pitch, but you can see it staying outside on her instead of coming inside. And then she's poking in that drop ball.
She knew she was going to get some work tonight here for Amber Turner. Tulsa's going to pinch hit here. Elle Rouse was due up in the 7th spot, and they'll bring on Danielle Burns.
Danielle might be one of the smartest people here tonight. She's got a 4.0 GPA, and she's majoring in chemical engineering with a minor in biomedical engineering. I don't even know what I don't even know about that.
Just the sheer amount of words would have eliminated that from my possibilities of majors.
Coach Strimple talked about how hard of a worker she is while she's taking some of the hardest classes here at TU. I mean, she is working extra. She's here in the cages, making sure that she gets her work in. Her last pinch hit appearance, she came through against Memphis. Nice little hit up the middle.
Landry in the circle, coming off a first-team All-Region season in 2024 for Louisiana. Amber Turner again.
Amber Turner just continued to swing